I am deeply concerned at the state of our country. Firstly, I feel terrible, and my deep-hearted condolences are for the 28 people who have died in this terrorist act, and a number of people have gotten injured. And definitely my deep-hearted condolences to the family who've lost their loved ones. And I would say that I do wish to say that the people who have gotten injured, I hope they recover at the earliest. Terrorist acts are really a weak way of highlighting their cause, is what I feel. This doesn't highlight a cause, it only makes the people who use these acts on civilians and people who are just there for tourists, it's a weak act. I think surely it is a time that all governments need to come together to fight this kind of an act or this kind of organizations. But I have another thought in this also. This is my thought. This is not a thought that the Congress or my family's thought. You know, in our country, we see that this government will try and show that, talk about Hindutva, and, the minorities feel uncomfortable, and, they feel troubled when you have a survey on, mosques, or you tell people you cannot pray in this way or that way. These kind of things create instability, communal issues. And if you see the way this act, if you dissect this terrorist act that took place, if they're looking at people's identity, why are they looking at people's identity? Because there's a divide that has come about in our country with Hindus and Muslims and also Christians. On Easter, I saw video footage of churches being burnt, priests being troubled. What is this? Why are we having, communal disharmony in our country? This will create divides. This will create these kind of organizations to feel that Hindus are making a problem for all the Muslims. We don't need that. You ask many Hindus and Muslims together, they help each other. In COVID, we saw they help each other. They don't understand all these political ways of, trying to infuse some, or win elections or infuse some kind of disorder in people. Looking at identities and then killing somebody, that's a message. Also sending a message to the Prime Minister of our country. Why? Because Muslims are feeling weakened. The minorities are feeling weakened. I know that 2 weeks before, I was summoned by the ED. I talked for the minorities. I said that, when you're going to stop minorities or Muslims from basically saying their prayers on spilling over from their mosque to the road, or on roofs of their homes, or you have a survey of the mosques that, there's a temple under that, or there's a statue under that, or you tell them that Babur and Aurangzeb, negative thoughts about that. Yes, there'll be a divide, and people will not appreciate that in our country, and communal disharmony will create this. And I totally feel that this act is wrong. I condemn it, and I feel that whatever their cause is, this is the weakest way of, uprising your cause. So I feel that innocent people are dead. I feel really terrible for the families. Internationally also, people are looking at this. And even overseas, when you see terrorism only creates fear, and it doesn't create, progress. But if people unite and stick together, forget about, because terrorism doesn't really see religion, is what, I've told. But in this case, I feel that the way they filtered or selected people who they killed, was very candid and clear. I condemn this act. If within our country, if the minorities feel secure, if we do not use religion in politics, and if we find ways of uniting people and giving them work and keeping them in a progressive way, believe you me, no other bordering country will be able to act on us, or we would have this kind of terrorist acts on us if we are secure and we don't look vulnerable within our country. Communal disharmony will show vulnerability, divide, and that we will, the acts of these things will occur. It can occur from everywhere. You know, and the whole country knows. From Sri Lanka, we had a terrorist whole act on Sri Rajiv Gandhi. That time also. So our borders are there. We do have, relationships. But when there's vulnerability, we'll have other sources that think their community is being suppressed and they need to act on it. And the proof is why I'm not talking, other than proof that they're looking at IDs. Why they're looking at IDs? And why are they sparing other communities and not a certain community? Because they feel this disharmony is incorrect, and people who believe in a certain religion should be allowed to pray, and there should not be a disparity between, a certain religion on a festival can be on roads and do whatever they want, and when there's a people praying in mosques and they have a spillover which is on the roads, that's harmful, that's wrong. So these things people see around the world, which is unacceptable. But I will say again, my thought is very clear that everybody, all parties must come together for this. Forget about any issues and talk about politics without using religion. Keep religion separate.
A strong message should be given to Pakistan also.
I will definitely say 100%, our forces are strong enough. Our forces are strong to act on any kind of action that a terrorist act, that it's a weak act, a terrorist act is a weak act, and our forces are strong enough to retaliate. Yes, they will retaliate. Yes, they will do a whole, find out how did this happen, why did this happen, and yes, we will have to make a new way of being, having a border stronger, having ways that we find a stronger way that this act doesn't occur again. And yes, the government, central government must help the people of Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir, because their rozgar, I think their earning would have come from this time of tourism. Now, because of this act, they are going to be jobless. And some way or the other, all this communal issues in our country has caused this also. So I would say, please give jobs to all the people in Jammu and Kashmir who are going to need the support of the central government. Secondly, keep religion away from politics. And yes, a strong message to Pakistan as well, that this will not be tolerated. And yes, we will fight back if any of this thing ever occurs. And my deep-hearted condolences to the people who have died and the people who are injured. I hope they recover at the earliest. I'm there to help in any way possible. My people will help in any way possible. And yes, I'm with a secular India, and I will go to a mosque, a church, a temple, or a gurdwara, and I'll say the same prayers that everyone should be secure, everybody should be healthy, and everybody should be one and together. Thank you. जब तक हम एकजुट नहीं होंगे और हम लोग अपने देश के अंदर सेक्युलर नहीं होंगे, मुझे लगता है कि जो भी बॉर्डर कंट्रियां होंगी, देश होंगे, वो ज़रूर उस समय को गलत समय लेकर अपनी जो उनकी सोच है वो सोचते हैं हमारी जो मुद्दे हैं, जो सोच है, वो और उजागर होगा अगर हम इस तरीके की एक्शन लेंगे। तो मुझे लग रहा है कि बिल्कुल यहाँ भेदभाव की राजनीति से दूर होना चाहिए, धर्म की राजनीति से दूर होना चाहिए, और जो माइनॉरिटीज़, जो भी मुसलमान लोग हैं या जो भी माइनॉरिटीज़ हैं, अगर वो अलग हो रहे हैं तो उससे हानिकारक है। एकजुट होने में ही हमारा फ़ायदा है, हमारी ताकत है। और भेदभाव नहीं होना चाहिए कि एक कम्युनिटी के लोग मतलब कि रोड पे उतर के अपना प्रचार कर सकते हैं, जो भी उनकी सोच है, जो भी प्रार्थना है, वो रोड पे उतरते हैं और कुछ लोगों को रोका जाता है। तो दुनिया देखती है, वो भी खुश नहीं है कि इस तरीके की जो अटैक हुआ है, आतंकवाद का अटैक हुआ है, ये गलत है। जहाँ भी ऐसा होगा लोग डरे रहेंगे, और मैं ये कहूँगा कि फ़ायदा नहीं होगा, प्रगति नहीं होगी उस देश की, उस जगह की। मैं ये कहूँगा कि जम्मू कश्मीर इतनी सुंदर जगह है भारत में, वो एक जगह है, बहुत जगहों में से एक जगह है जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा सुंदर है। और लोग, ये समय था